Hello, faithful listeners and faithful watchers. Once again, this is Carthy. Alongside me, as always, is Ben Davis, and we are the Going Commando with the 80s Kids podcast. This is your spoiler, Danger Will Robinson. We do this once a week. We do the spoiler-free review. Thank you, Ben, for covering while I was puking. And now, on Saturday, that's enough time for faithful fans of the genre like we are.
Yes.
We're going to go right into talking about the episode and everything within. So you've been warned. This is our spoiler review. Ben Davis, tell us about what you thought.
Ahsoka, Episode 3. It's Time to Fly. Name of the episode.
Yes.
As some of you gathered from the non-spoiler episode, I said this is exactly what we wanted from Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Where we see all of the Jedi training.
Yeah, you're 100% right, dude.
That's what we wanted to see Luke doing with Rey, but instead we get to see it.
Yeah.
Huyang and Ahsoka doing it with Sabine.
Yeah, I do believe you're 100% right. I think showing more of the training and less of the angst would have been a recipe for success in that episode versus what we got. That's just my opinion.
And we also got to see on the wall, I don't know if you caught it, I'm sure you did, a lot of people probably didn't, was the Jedi training garb,
yes,
goggles, training sabers,
heck yeah,
all that stuff. It was really cool.
I think Obi-Wan had to do the best he could on the Millennium Falcon, right?
Yeah.
But now that let's say we've delved deeper into the background and story and everything like that. So yeah, I want to know more about how they train. So to have that stuff in the background is super cool. It's almost like seeing the younglings with like Master Yoda, like size lightsabers. Oh, that's how they learn. Also, there's a stun mode, not a kill mode.
Yeah.
Yada 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 yada. So just learning little tiny things like that to me, it makes the episode a whole episode. So I'll let you continue before I get into
Jason
mine.
Solo, seeing him.
Super cool.
Excuse me. That's what he is in the expanded universe.
Yeah,
Solo.
no, that's a
true.
callback. I understand why you would say that.
Syndulla, excuse me.
Jason Syndulla.
Syndulla Solo. That's wonder what that's there. And one of the things, Marek could be Jason traveling through the world between worlds. That's the newest thing on the internet, everybody.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. That is my least favorite amount of news.
I think that's kind of stupid, to be honest with you.
Of all time. And I'm just going to I'm being up front here. If Star Wars goes the way of time travel and they get too convoluted with it, I'm just going to be less happy with Star Wars in general.
Whenever the space whales came on in this episode,
that's intergalactic.
What did your wife think of the space whales?
She wondered what they were doing there.
You know what my wife's response was?
What?
Oh, really? This?
Oh, was she thinking? Like Star Trek or something?
She was thinking they've brought in fucking whales into Star Wars, and they don't even swim in water.
Well, they're massive. They're bigger than Star Destroyers.
There's some big fucking whales, dude.
So that means
in live action, you really see how immense they are.
Right, that's what I noticed with the ships. One swipe of the tentacle or the back trailing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you're done for. I mean, there's I think it would cut like a Star Destroyer.
It was huge.
But yeah, I like it because again, they're just another beast out there, and maybe way back in the day. Hey, we learned about gravity by seeing an apple fall. Maybe spacefaring races learned about the warp because they saw a whale do it. And they're like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're talking about a fantasy world many, many millennium ago, many, many parsecs away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You gotta have some fantasticality about it. Although I can see where maybe the average non-Star Wars fan, a la your wife, might go, why do they have giant fish? Why do they have giant aquatic mammals in space? So I get it. What I would say is, I get it. I do. I promise. But what I will say is, for me, that was not the detractor because they already introduced it to you in Rebels. And we both watched.
They're bringing a damn platypus next. I'm done.
Seriously.
Speaking of weird mammals.
It's going to be Phineas and Ferb in fucking, Admiral robes
Admiral
and stuff.
Akbar
You know
and
what I'm
Phineas
saying?
the Ferb take
No,
over.
he's got to be. They got to be part of the Empire. That way, Perry the Platypus can show up.
The other thing I really liked about it was the way that they showed Ahsoka is uber badass, not only with the spacesuit scene,
Oh, I love that.
but the
scene.
way that she was able to evade whatever they're supposed to be, the Sith, the evildoers, those who are in touch with the
those
dark
tricks
side.
of the trade with the flying the ship and everything and evading.
And then Morgan says, "I'm surprised that she was able to get away from you," in her undermining tone.
Yeah.
And the only reason she's able to get away is because, well, who taught her to fly?
Well, I was going to say, I found that argument ridiculous, and I think the internet, from what I read a lot, and the internet was overwhelmingly in her favor. And you know why? I would say 90% immediately within the first two sentences. She's been fighting in a war since she was 14.
True.
People wonder why she's so badass. She has been live fire since 14. Anakin didn't make those clone troopers line up around her with the bolts of
I know,
glass
it was not awesome.
because he was being mean. He was trying to keep her alive. He's not always going to be there. And he's right. Droids are programmed. You can get a rhythm. Can't get a rhythm on a human being sometimes. Yeah. So he was trying to make her the best. She learned from Prime Anakin. Literally the moment before he fell.
Yep.
The strength of his powers outside of his dark side stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, man. She's a badass.
And
so.
she learned not only that, but she learned from Prime Obi.
And
I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna make you so happy with me that you might come give me a hug on camera. Huang made me respect Obi-Wan Kenobi more than I've ever have before.
Oh, do tell,
when
please.
he said she's a unconventional candidate to be a Padawan, and then Ahsoka said something, I can't remember what she said, and then he said, "Well, you do come from a long line of unconventional Jedi," and then that made me stop and think. Well, I love Ahsoka, mainly not only because she's a badass, but because I love her master. Anakin has always been my favorite,
Who
and
was
Darth
Anakin's
Vader.
master?
And then I stopped and thought, wow, who was his master? Obi-Wan. Who was Obi-Wan's master? Qui-Gon. I love Qui-Gon. He's like my second favorite. And then wait, who was his master? Dooku.
My other favorite.
Yeah. Well, who was Dooku's master? Yoda.
Yeah.
So think about this long line of people that all of them, I love every one of them except for Obi. And this is because of the love that he gets, which I find duly overdue. But that's, another debate. That'll be the true debate, folks. We'll get into that.
No,
in May.
I would give it. So I'm gonna because it's football Saturday. Cheers to anyone who's watching college football. About the same. About the time that we're recording this. So as a Carolina fan, we hate Duke more so in the youth. It's passionate, whatever. How can you hate a team that? I mean, how can you say a team sucks when they win 5 national championships?
Yeah.
How can you really say that Mike Krzyzewski sucks when, in all honesty, other than Wooden, he is the greatest basketball coach
he's really
of
good
all time?
I'm digging you. I know what you mean.
I mean, do you see what I'm saying? So I think there's healthy and unhealthy fanboyism in all aspects.
Yeah.
I'll give you another example. Watching a game with a Duke fan, and we got the best of them. We're up by 30. They hit a 3 with 3 minutes left to make it a 27-point lead by us, and she jumped out of her chair yelling, "Fuck UNC."
Damn.
Yeah, see, that's unhealthy. When you're getting beat by 27, your best bet is to shut up and sit down. Just saying.
Yeah.
Be humble, because there's going to come a time when you whoop our ass, too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just how
We're never going to win forever. We're going to lose. It's Duke and Carolina. Yeah. You're going to lose. Duke and Wake and UNC. For as long as you think you have them, the moment you don't respect them, they beat you, and by a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's how it happens.
That's how it happens, dude. And so,
That's the nature of the beast, and that's the nature of every beast.
just like with Obi-Wan, to kind of compare it, man, you can go over, because as his master said, there's always a bigger fish.
I know.
So he's lost. So has Darth Vader. So has Palpatine.
Yeah.
There's no one that you can mention that was never defeated.
Yep.
So I get where you're coming from. Sorry, I went on a little tangent on that
That's
one.
okay.
But it's a direct reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm an Obi guy, but Actually, I'm more of a, you know what I mean? Kagons, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a Dooku guy. I just like the character. So
what did you think of the episode?
all right, so I won't be long on it, but I'm going to be honest.
It's okay. We'll leave all this in for the podcast, but if we have to cut some of it out for the the YouTube, we can.
I mean, this is our 30-minute one, so we're not that bad. It's not like it's a hot take.
Oh, that's right. This isn't a hot take.
Yeah,
Thank you for reminding me.
I didn't bring us in on a hot take,
Yeah,
dude.
so
we
this can go.
We can go half an hour or so. We just don't want to bore anybody because it is a half an hour
That's right.
show.
You confused
So
me.
number one,
It's because the one I just did on Saturday by myself was like 9 minutes.
yes, but it was so concise and so beautiful.
I'm glad you said that because I was like, man, I don't know what I'm saying.
No, it was awesome. I told you, I listened to it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And you made great points that we're going to talk about now. So that's the whole point. Number one, runtime. As you talked
my
about,
gosh.
even in the spoiler-free
Yeah.
version, it was not 30 minutes. Me and Ben have talked about it. Minus the intro and the review, it's like, what, 28 and a half? 28? And not to be
Yeah.
picky about that, but it's technically sub-freaking 30.
Like I said, folks, there's cartoons longer than that.
There are Clone Wars episodes that
Yeah.
will actually be longer.
Yeah.
So in that regard, not very happy about that. And the sad thing is I still feel like they're holding shots too long. I talked about it with Big
Whatever do you
Davis.
mean?
That's it. Hey, how about that?
Carly.
Everybody watching online figured it out. No, wait, hold on. That's a funny joke. Just the scenes that can be held, and I'm so mad because this almost made me feel like I was watching like 1970s Battlestar Galactica, the same the 3 spaceship shot where they come from the top of the screen down was used on 3 separate occasions.
Yeah.
It'd be different if it was slightly, but it was the same damn shot, man. So it goes to the OCD crowd like myself. That just makes the things seem like, oh my God, it could have been even shorter. So outside of that, though,
Yeah.
scene with Ahsoka in space, awesome. I think the flips were a little
Spacesuit?
bit. Yeah, the spacesuit was. The
was-
flips were
I
a little
liked
bit
the comedy
too slow.
bit there at the end.
Yeah, everything.
That was good.
Oh man,
That was probably some of his best writing, I thought, from the series.
Actually, you're right about that. Actually, you're 100% right about that. David Tennant is, as Ben said, on the the spoiler-free one. Yeah, David Tennant and Hyang, just fucking awesome. And just for the listeners' knowledge and viewers' knowledge, Hyang is technically the oldest character in this universe. That being said, it's because we know his exact start time, or when he
Okay.
was built, which is 5 years after the beginning of the Jedi Council. There are the 3 things that we saw in Rebels, the good, the light, and the one in the middle. They just don't say when they started,
Yeah.
even though they're supposed to be thousands and thousands of years old. And then there was another middle of the Force being at one point. Again, he said he'd been around for eons, but they don't give him a start date. So that makes Yang the official one.
Yes.
So they're technically things older by lore, but he is the official now oldest because, he went back a long time. Long time. So I thought the mentoring section was my fave, just like you had talked about. The mentoring was awesome, but a little drawn out, but very, very cool. Overall, I'd give the episode another 8. I guess now on retrospect, I'd probably go 8, 7.5, 8. But they're still really good episodes. The CGI and the music, once again, it's immediately noticeable to me. It's movie quality. It
Yeah.
really did put a lot into that. So it can make you escape and make you feel like you're watching something other than, a show you watch every Tuesday. So that is my review. What do you would give it? Where are you getting it on the scale here, buddy?
After watching it a second time, I think I give it a. Did I give it a 7 on Tuesday?
7 or 7.5. You
think
said
I
you
went
couldn't give it an 8 because of the
The
short
time.
runtime.
It was a time. I still can't. I'm really upset with the time.
It is distressing, and that almost they got half a point more for putting the training in, but
Yeah.
they got like
I'm
2
afraid-
points taken away just for the time.
I'm afraid by episode 6 we're going to be down to 15 minutes.
It's going to go to the recap and then start showing the credits,
Yeah. It's
and
gonna
then
be
there'll
like-
be a cartoon in the background that tells you exactly what would have happened had
Exactly.
they actually shown the episode.
That's right. That's how it's going to be. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. And Thunder's going to be, gotcha.
God bless America.
It's going to be like Kennedy. She'll be like, got you.
I'm starting to let up on Kennedy a little bit.
But
Only reason is I don't think she has as much creative control as she lets on. I am now believing that she is the face, and she takes all the hate, and she knows it, and keeps a smiley face on.
she's embracing the hate.
Well, I'm just saying,
She's
like,
the emperor, dude.
I mean, she does have some creative input, but these other people are the ones, and she's going along with it.
She's
so,
just the puppet master. She's just got you
But,
fooled,
yeah.
fooled.
No, something about something she said, and I was like, wait a
Something
minute
about
here.
something equals nothing.
I know that was terrible, but it was along the lines of my thought process. Like, do you really know the source material?
None of them know the source material. That's why we should be in charge. I mean, Filoni knows it, yeah.
I mean, so you're talking about the heir from Lucas himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
knows
know.
the stuff.
Yeah.
Favreau is a known Star Wars lover, so yeah, he knows stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Again,
Well,
I think-
the people who are making the good stuff know it.
No, I mean,
the
I
dude who
think-
made the last Indiana Jones, I don't think he's ever seen it.
She's been around for successes and she's been around for failures. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at. I just don't know. I think she's
Yeah,
just
she's been making movies since the 80s, dude.
Yeah.
I saw something the other day that I saw her name as like the
Yeah,
director
she's
or
been making good
producer. I was
movies.
like, this was a good movie. I can't believe she made it.
I think she's just. I think she gets paid a lot of money and she has a real strong backbone and she's.
You have
just,
to do it. I
somebody-
hate to say it, but to be a woman in Hollywood, you have to have
Someone
it.
has to do it, and on top of it, her being a woman actually pulls more of that type of shit in.
Yeah.
It centralizes the hate.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we won't get into that.
hate.
Anyway, this has been.
your hate.
This has been Going Commando with the 80s Kids, like short podcast.
I really
We can't call it
enjoyed the space scene myself. How did she get in that damn suit so fast?
See,
Everybody's asking
if you
that.
wanted a 40-minute episode, I could have given you 10 minutes of her getting into that bullshit. I'm just saying.
I know they would have. There could have been lots of pauses and grunts. And,
Oh, by the way, I have to retract what I said about big girls in Ahsoka.
yeah.
I still say that I went back and even looked it up. She is much a thinner character, and it goes with her acrobatic nature.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I think you could dress Rosario in something that was tighter but not skimpy.
They're not
or revealing.
Twi'leks. They're Tortugans.
Oh, either way, they're still long and thin.
I just saw that. I was like, wait a minute. Somebody's going to call us on that. I need to say it before we get nerded over.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. However, after seeing a bunch of the Ahsoka people in Disneyland, because a lot of people have been posting it on Twitter, or sorry, X, I think all of them look awesome. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just done.
Yeah.
You can't make the cartoon and live action exact.
You can't do it. It's hard.
So I apologize because I do have OCD, and I really like it when the characters look more like the cartoon.
Well,
Hera
yeah,
looks.
most people do.
Hera looks awesome to me. Now the eyes are a little too bright.
Of course you do. She's Obi-Wan's wife.
Yes, but I didn't know that until after the show started.
Oh,
Believe it or
really?
not, no, because they did the side by side. You know, him and his Obi-Wan with her and her Hera, and then did the Clone Wars. It was kind of cool. I'm like, no shit. I wonder if Ben knows. And then I went, of course he does, and just left it alone. But yeah, I'm done. My OCD still wants the acrobatic, almost Harley Quinn looking. I'm not going to get it,
No.
and I shouldn't make anybody feel any differently.
You know what? Something just popped in my mind. You just wrapped this up. I want to wrap it up because I want to see your Dooku lightsaber. Where is that thing?
It's in the man cave.
All right, we're going to wrap up. He's going to go show it to me, and then we're going to go out in the yard and have a lightsaber duel.
I've got 3 or 4. We can
All
do it.
right.
I'm just
Well, as he just said, this has been our Ahsoka take. I'm Ben Davis. He's Carthy. Going Commando with the 80s Kids. Until next time.